Lord, don't allow them to give up on the things that you have promised them. Where there is hopelessness, inject hope. Where there is sorrow, give them joy. Where there is confusion, give them peace. Where there is loneliness, give them comfort. Create in us a clean heart and renew the right spirit within us. Amen. Amen. The house has already been addressed. However, I thank God for my husband, who is the head of my home. I thank God for my children. My Nye is such a big help, y'all. My Nye is really growing up, and she is a big help to Mommy. She really helps me, and I thank you, Nye, for being such a big help to Mommy. I thank you for all your help that you do. I really do. I appreciate you. To my Kari, I don't know where you at, dude. To my Kari, I thank God for my son. I thank God for him. He is like the house. I mean, he keeps us going. I mean, he will say some stuff, and you just be like, where you get that from? I got to tell this one thing, okay? We was at breakfast the other day, and you know how you usually say you woke up on the wrong side of the bed or something like that? He was like, it ain't my fault you woke up on the floor. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so funny. I have never heard. Those are the kind of things he say. You can't help but to laugh. He is he's a unique kid. And I thank God for how he has blessed me with my family. I thank God for my family. And my auntie being here. I'm so happy y'all. Okay, I told y'all I'm trying to be quick, but it's some things that I need to say, okay? When my grandmother passed, my grandmother, I don't really want to talk about my grandmother, but she was talking about older people, and she was talking about being around and spending time with with elderly people. And okay, I didn't want to do that. But I just thank God for my aunt being here, because my auntie, you'll make me cry. Okay. I just thank God for my aunt being here. Even though my grandmother is not here, still being around her. And she just stepped in the family. Not stepped in. She's always been in the family. But it's like she feels that void that my grandmother not being here had, She works. She works. She really do. And my grandmother was always doing something. And, no matter what, you can rely on my grandmother. And my aunt, she just really stepped in, and she does the same thing, and she has that love. God has changed her to the point that her love is just overflowing. And it's just miraculous for, the family to see. And, I thank God for blessing our family to where even though grandma is not here, we still can see her in Cynthia, and I thank God for that. That's a privilege to me. I thank God for that. Okay, now that I got all that out the way, my scriptures will be Isaiah 43, verses 18, 20, and 23. You can just write it down. The other one is Ephesians 4, 11 through 16. My key verse will be in Ephesians 4, 11 through 13. So I'm just going to read Ephesians 4. My topic is teach. So Ephesians 4, verse 11. He gave some apostles, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ. I'll stop right there. Okay. The ministry of teaching. Time has changed, change has come, and times are changing. Hear ye deaf, and look ye blind, that ye may see. Seeing many things, but thou observest not. Opening the ears, but heareth not. Who among you will give ear to this? Who will hearken and hear for the time to come? Teachers are a gift and can be found in the home, in school, in church, on your job, in the military, in prisons, and so on. The very first teacher we come in contact with are our parents or guardians. They teach us the basics of living. We don't have a choice who they are, they just exist. There are many teachers in schools specializing in different subjects. Again, we don't choose them, but they are in place, in position to teach, to train, and instruct us. Coaches in sports also, not by our choice, but also in position to teach, instruct, and train. Same is true for the church. Pastors, preachers, teachers, mothers, missionaries, deacons, and even lay members are not here by your choice, but they are a gift to you to instruct, to educate, and to enhance your spiritual walk, to develop the body of Christ. Your favorite, most memorable teacher or coach is probably the one that pushed you the hardest. If you think back, most of us are out of school by now, but if you think back over who your favorite teacher was, it was probably that one that pressed you the hardest, that gave you the most homework, that just was always on your case. That's probably it. If they weren't your favorite, they were your most memorable. You'll never forget them. Okay, God's ways are not our ways, nor are his thoughts our thoughts. So release yourself from bondage by getting rid of past feelings, thoughts, failed plans, dreams, and poor experiences. This will open your heart, your mind, and your soul to receive direction and instruction, to learn God's ways and his love concerning us. Above all, God would that we prosper and be in health. He wants us to grow up into him in all things. This is how we build the body of Christ. Your mere existence as a child of God is to build the body, not divide it, not tear it down, not hinder it, not hurt it, not be jealous of it or envious of it. You are the body. Be renewed in your spirit and in your mind. Nurture yourself, cleanse your heart, get rid of that stinking thinking, forgive and forget, restore one another, love and cherish each other. If your sister is brokenhearted, then there is brokenheartedness in the body. If your brother is lost, then there is a void in the body. Don't tear them down. Don't judge, because you don't have a choice of the gifts God has given to us. So just learn his ways and accept his gifts by allowing the teachers to teach, the preachers to preach, the prayers to pray, the praisers to praise, the evangelists to evangelize, the mothers to mother, the fathers to father, the cooks to cook, the workers to work, the givers to give, the ushers to usher, the singers to sing, the prophets to prophesy, and by all means, the pastor to pastor. Thank you.